Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. The NYDFS chief says cryptocurrency is very important as an alternative to the financial system. And Linda Lacewell, the superintendent of New York's Department of Financial Services, says that cryptocurrency is very important. And she had some words of praise for the cryptocurrency industry during a virtual summit on financial regulations hosted by the Cato Institute. Lacewell called cryptocurrency very important, claiming that it has developed and become sophisticated. So I think that cryptocurrency is very important as an innovation and a potential alternative to the financial system. The reason I like it is because it's organic, it's developed, and over time it has become sophisticated. When you have Fidelities of the world coming in looking for some type of a bit license from us, you know that things have really changed. On the next article, Square launches consortium to pool crypto-focused patents and shield against patent lockup. The payments company Square is forming a consortium to widen access to crypto technology by creating a library that pools members' patents. The Cryptocurrency Open Patent Alliance, the COPA, is open for membership today, according to the announcement. The idea is to open source innovation, according to Square, and hopefully grow crypto adoption by pooling offerings and pledging not to leverage copyrights against growing firms. Another thing I had to share because this is very exciting, and you know we are extremely bullish on XRP here. So it's nice to see someone like Uphold tweet something like this. XRP just hit $1,000. What are you tweeting? And I think $1,000 XRP is a great place to start. In the next article, XRP's utility fork Flare now supported by major South African exchange. An altcoin trader announces support for the distribution of Flare's Spark token. And it will get supported by a South African cryptocurrency exchange, Altcoin Trader, according to a September 12th Twitter announcement. The exchange will pass on Spark tokens to all of its clients that hold XRP. The next article, Ripple partner TPBank touts its collaboration with fintech software provider Backbase, and the Ripple partner TPBank speeds up its digital transformation after joining forces with Backbase. Tien Phong Commercial, a Vietnamese bank that joined RippleNet back in 2019, has shared the results of its partnership with fintech software provider Backbase to speed up its digital transformation. By using Backbase's services, TPBank has now completed the transformation of its internet and banking system in less than a year, while migrating 3 million of its clients to the revamped platform. It's reclaiming its digital destiny. In a statement, TPBank CEO Wen Hung claims that the partnership enables them to navigate their ambitious digitization roadmap, and Hung highlights the importance of innovation when it comes to staying ahead of the curve. Backbase's global expertise and extensive range of solutions has allowed TPBank to successfully navigate our digital transformation roadmap and accelerate the development of our digital banking product services for the next 5 to 10 years. Our digital innovation journey that is being undertaken with Backbase has placed the people at the center of our digital investment, with technology being the critical driver in transforming our bank and ensuring we stay ahead of the competition in the next digital banking revolution. And I want to thank at XRP Crypto Wolf for sending in content. On the next article, Flare CEO names main disadvantages of Ethereum's proof of stake. And Hugo Filion, the CEO of Flare Networks, sheds a little light on the biggest disadvantages of Ethereum 2.0. Filion claims that POS is great. There are some major issues that he thinks have to be addressed. The initial purpose of Flare is bringing together the value of ecosystems, but they also have a more far-reaching goal of scaling Ethereum. And Filion explains that POS is extremely inefficient in terms of capital usage. Essentially, it's basing the safety of the network on the value of the staking token. So when Ethereum moves to proof of stake, the safety of the network will partly be based on the value of Ethereum. That really caps the use cases that it can be reliably used for without a massive expansion of the value. And moreover, he underscores the risk of nefarious actors taking control of the network, which was recently discussed by Vitalik Buterin. Flare, on the other hand, is not basing the safety of the whole network on the token's value. So we're just taking a very different direction on how we reach consensus. We feel that scales both for a number of transactions per second and also for essentially use cases or what you can do with the network. And in the next article, the International Chamber appoints leader for digital standards. And today, the International Chamber of Commerce announced the operational launch of its Digital Standards Initiative, the DSI, and a full-time managing director's appointment. Oswald Coiler, the former head of data strategy at mining giant BHP, takes the reins. The DSI aims to create standards across data technical platforms, including blockchains, as well as legal frameworks. And to get going, has been seed funded by the government of Singapore, and the Asian Development Bank is based in Singapore. Digitization is critical to strengthen the global trade and supply chains that create jobs, development, and prosperity, said Stephen Beck, the head of trade and supply chain finance at the Asian Development Bank. And the interesting part of this article is the project was initiated as a universal trade network by trade finance blockchain Marco Polo, TradeIX, and R3. And you know we are a fan of R3 here. On Twitter, Digitex Futures has a tweet that is very exciting as far as adoption and where the progression of this technology is going. Our community has been asking whether we'll still be releasing new markets as our 2020 roadmap originally stated, and the answer is yes. We're launching XRP and gold future markets later this month. The spot markets to follow in Q4, and all available to trade with zero fees. On the next article, Swift says criminals prefer cash for money laundering, not cryptocurrency. So a new report by the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, also known as SWIFT, says cryptocurrency is seldom used for money laundering activities compared to fiat or other traditional methods. Hopefully those paying attention doing the regulations have seen this content, as it will help with the digital asset progression. Despite the perception that crypto assets are a preferred haven for illegally acquired funds, criminals prefer to launder proceeds through mules, front companies, or cash businesses, as well as investing it into crime, it said. Identified cases of laundering through cryptocurrencies remain relatively small compared to the volumes of cash laundered through traditional methods, Swift noted in a report titled Follow the Money, published last week. And the next article we have, ensuring that our digital future is a sustainable one. This is directly off of Ripple Insights. The economic shutdown carries with it some surprising and welcome reverberations beyond just the stock market. Case in point, the resulting environmental impact. The world is bearing witness to massive reductions across nearly every energy sector imaginable. At the height of the issue at hand, countries under full lockdown experienced an average 25% decline in energy demand per week. So non-renewable energy sources like coal and oil faced the biggest global declines as part of this shutdown. Coal demand fell almost 8%. The YOY in the first quarter of 2020 facing a continued challenge from cleaner renewable energy resources, the only energy sector where growth occurred during the shutdown. Meanwhile, with global road transport 50% below the 2019 average, oil demand fell nearly 5% YOY in Q1 2020. And while electricity demand also decreased by around 20% during the full lockdown, many countries across the world are reopening and instituting recovery plans and policies, many of which are digitally powered. Recent data shows the consumer and business adoption of advanced digital technologies leaped ahead by 5 years in the span of just 8 weeks into full lockdown. And this rapid migration and accelerated adoption of digital technology is only expected to continue out of those using digital channels for the first time during the lockdown. 75% say they intend to keep using them in the future, and consequently, businesses are relying on these technologies to service changing consumer needs and those of a more remote-based workforce as well. And of all the digital assets out there, Ripple and Stellar have the most sustainable options available with XRP and the XLM. They're probably the most green of the assets. They're not the only, but they are the top preferred that are already connected to the financial world. On the final article of this video, the pandemic will speed Bitcoin adoption, says DBS Bank economists. And then it's an issue at hand-led acceleration of adoption, and that's how Singapore-based DBS Bank describes the current state of digital assets in its quarterly report on cryptocurrencies published in August. It's interesting to hear such an observation from a respected multinational bank and its chief economist, Timur Beg. However, there have lately been murmurings about certain large financial institutions, particularly in places like Singapore, Switzerland, and Germany, fielding a new wave of demand for crypto filtering through from smaller private banks and wealthy clients. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with a final thought. Walls turned sideways are bridges. And here, as digital asset investors, we like bridging walled gardens. All right, guys, remember this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Much love to each and every one of you, and we will catch you in the next one.